then it's just going to be a mess. And it's like these girls are just scrambling to try and hang on to that, that look that they had when they were 22 or 24. And, it's just not possible. It's not.
I'm curious, as a male, do you ever experience anything similar to what we're reading about and watching this video on?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, my hair's like white now, and it's been white for a while. But I used to dye it for a long time, and it was no big deal. And then the last time I cut my hair, I was like, well, wow, it's like there's so much. So I just left it, and I was like, okay, well, my thing is like I can have like the silvery hair, but I get really tan, obviously, right? So I think, not to pat myself on the back or anything, but I think being tan with like the silvery hair actually looks kind of cool at times, because I'd actually at one point did that thing where everybody was dyeing their hair silver, and I tried it and I was like, whoa, this is kind of interesting, but then I ended up just going back to the brown, and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
But you saying that in itself, doesn't that kind of tie into this woman's crisis? Because like in that way you were trying to alter your appearance because you're trying to change it, modify it. And then
I think
felt like you couldn't, you just said, well, here's the bright side to it to find it acceptable. We all seem to have these ideals that when we don't feel we can meet them,
right,
we kind of get a crisis. I mean, I don't know how this woman made a news story out of this, but
yeah, well, they can make a news story out of anything nowadays.
Absolutely.
I think for me, the difference is these girls, and I think women in general, are much more emotionally invested in how they look than guys are. I mean, we don't really care. Like, I'm not obese, I got a 34-inch waist. I'm 6 foot tall. Check my weight. I'm 186.6. I'm not overweight, really. So I'm not as emotionally invested in it. And the reality is, like, I'll be honest, and, Fernando's heard us talk about this before. The age of the girls that I date has not changed in 30 years.
Well, that's great. But I mean, that's speaking
like
for
Alana's
you.
28. Like, yeah. I know, but I don't know how other guys are. I think a lot of other guys are more invested maybe in how they look. The guys that spend a lot of time in the gym and that they're obsessed about it. I'm not really obsessed about it, but I will do things here and there to try and make myself look better, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's only just a woman,
no,
female
not at all.
gender thing. I think that we all are a little bit detached from self-love, and we're on the side of self-loathe or self-improvement that is actually disguised, and it really is self-loathing. Like you're always trying to find a way to better ourselves in our aesthetic appearance, thinking that can speak louder than our souls. But what is the answer to changing that, you think?
Gosh, I don't know.